Hello student, I am Shivaji Sonone. Welcome to the class of physics. In this video, we'll see some MCQs question on communication system. So this is the some questions on communication system. We'll see one by one. So first question, the power of radiation is. So what is the relation between, there are four options. You have to write down, find out the relation between power of radiation and the wavelength. So we know that this power is directly proportional to the L upon lambda square. L upon lambda square means what is the L? L is the length of the antenna and lambda is the wavelength. So final, what is the relation? Power of radiation is inversely proportional to the square of the wavelength. So for the first question, the correct option is power inversely proportional to the square of wavelength. Why? Because this power is inversely proportional to wavelength square. Second question, the TV broadcasting, the frequency employed is normally. For the television broadcasting, the frequency is from 50 megahertz to 890 megahertz. So possible frequency band for television broadcasting is, it is 30 to 300 megahertz. 30 to 300 megahertz. So for the question number 2, correct option is option number A. Next one, question number 3. Radar is the device for the detection of, what is meant by radar? Radio detection and ranging equipments. So this radar is used to find out the location of the object, to detect the location of the object. So the correct option, distant energy planes. So to find out the location, to measure the velocity of moving body, radar is used. So correct option for question number 3 is option number A, and it is distant energy planes. Question number 4, a modem perform the function of, this modem is used for the modulation, it is used as a modulator or the demodulator. Means it is used for the digital signal into the analog signal. So correct option for the question number 4, that is option number C, both for modulation and demodulation. Modulation means to transfer the weak signal on the carrier waves, and demodulation means to regain this weak signal from the carrier waves. So this is the actual function of this modem. Next one, question number 5. In the question number 5, optical communication uses the frequency range of, optical communication, it uses the frequency of visible regions, and the frequency of visible region is in between 10 raised to power 14 to 10 raised to power 15 hertz. So for the question number 5, the correct option is option number C. Question number 6, in a digital communication, the modulation preferred is, in a digital communication. In the digital means it consists of 0 and 1 language. And in a 0 and 1 language, the preferred modulation is the pulse modulation. because digital signal consists of alternate pulse due to the 0 and 1 digit. So correct option for the question number 6 is option number A. Next one, question number 7. TV waves are television waves. So the frequency of television waves is from 54 megahertz to it is something it is 980 megahertz. So for the television waves, these are frequency modulated. So correct option for question number 7 is option number B. Next one, question number 8. The waves used in radar are the waves in a radar which are microwaves because the energy of microwave is maximum as compared to the radio waves, and due to this these microwaves are easily penetrate through the atmosphere through the vapors of the waters. So for the question number 8, the correct option is B. Why? Because the energy of this microwave is greater than the radio waves, and these microwaves are used for the long range communication. Next one, question number 9. And in this question number 9, the orbit of communication satellite is. What is meant by communication satellite? This artificial satellite which revolve round the earth in a circular orbit with periodic time is exactly equal to the period of the earth. So correct option for question number 9 is option number C, that is the circular orbit. Next one, question number 10. The height of communication satellite is. The height of communication satellite, it is above the ionosphere. And for the communication satellite, the height, or you can say that altitude above the Earth's surface is 36,000 kilometer. 36,000 kilometer. So this is the height of communication satellite. Out of 4 options, there is no any correct option because for the communication satellite, the height is above or it is 36,000 kilometer. Next one, question number 11. Optical fiber is based on phenomenon of this optical fiber. It completely depends upon the principle of total internal reflection. What is the total internal reflection? When the light is propagated from denser medium to rare medium at a particular angle of incidence or at a critical angle, or when the incident angle is greater than critical angle, then total incident light is reflected back in the same medium. So for question number 11, the correct option is total internal reflection. Next one, question number 12, the laser is based on the phenomena of. So according to the full form of laser, you get the answer of this question. Laser means L indicate light, A indicate amplification, by S indicate stimulation, emission of radiation. Full form of this laser is light amplification by stimulation emission of radiation. So this large laser is monochromatic, coherent, and unidirectional, and this laser is work on stimulation emission of radiation. So what is the correct option? The correct option is stimulation emission. Option number B. Next one, question number 13. Optical communication is advantageous due to the optical communication is advantageous due to the Why this optical communication is advantageous? Because in the optical communication, there is a use of total internal reflection, and due to the total internal reflection, the loss of signal is zero. And due to this, the optical communication is advantageous. It is only due to the total internal reflection. So for question number 13, the correct option is option number D. Next question, question number 14. A digital signal purchase. This digital signal purchase 0 and 1 language. 0 indicate 0 voltage and 1 indicate some any voltage, maybe 5 volt, 10 volt. And this digital signal consists of only two discrete values, that is 0 and 1. So for the question number 14, correct option is only two discrete values, option number B. Next one, question number 15. A digital signal. For the question number 15, a digital signal. So four options are given. Is less reliable than the analog, is more reliable than the analog signal. So the correct option is more reliable than the analog signal, because in the analog signal there is a continuous change in the signal from maximum value to minimum value. But in the digital signal there are only two discrete values, that is 0 and 1. So for question number 15, the correct option is option number B, is more reliable than the analog signal. Modern communication systems uses in the modern communication system uses this digital circuit, and this digital circuit consists of 0 and 1 language, as well as it consists of logic gates, amplifiers. So for the question number 16, the correct option is option number B. Next one, question number 17. The audio signals. Audio signal means what is the frequency of these audio signals? The frequency is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. And this is the limit of human hearing. These audio signals cannot be sent directly over the air. It is because its frequency is less between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So correct option for the question number 17 is cannot send directly over the ear for large distance. And correct option is option number B. Next one, we'll see the next question, that is question number 18. The process of changing some characteristics of carrier waves in accordance with the intensity of the signal is called as. This question is related to the modulation as well as demodulation. Modulation means there is a change in amplitude, frequency, as well as phase depending upon the information signal. So the correct option for the question number 18 is modulation, that is the option number C. In the modulation, these weak signal waves are superimposed on the high frequency carrier waves. Next one, question number 19. If the audio signal is transmitted directly into the space, the length of transmitting antenna required will be. So this length of the antenna, this L is equal to lambda by 4. What is the relation between length of antenna and the wavelength? L is the length of antenna and it is equal to lambda by 4. So for this question number 19, when length of antenna for the audio signal, length of antenna required is extremely large. Why? Because length and wavelength is inversely proportional. For example, for 15 kilohertz, the required length of the antenna is 5 kilometer. 5 kilometer means it is extremely large. So for the audio signal, the frequency is 20 kilohertz and require length of the antenna for the 20 kilohertz is greater than 5 kilometer. So it is extremely large. Correct option is option number B. Question number 20. If the carrier waves of 1000 kilohertz is used to carry the signal, the length of transmitting antenna will be equal to. So by using the formula lambda is equal to C upon 4 mu, put the value of lambda, that is mu upon C. So we get lambda, this L is equal to C upon 4 mu. C is the velocity of light, it is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 divided by 4 into the frequency of this carrier wave, that is 1000 kilohertz. When you put the value of these given things, the frequency, the length of transmitting antenna for this 1000 kilohertz frequency carrier waves is 300 meter. So correct option for question number 20 is 300 meter. Next one, question number 21. The type of modulation which are possible are, so there are actually three types of the modulation. One is amplitude modulation, in which the amplitude of this carrier wave is get changes. Second one, the frequency modulation. The frequency of this carrier wave is get changes according to the information signal. And third one is the phase modulation. That is phase angle of this carrier wave get changes. So there are three types of the modulation and correct option is option number C, that is the three only. Next one, question number 22. In question number 22, the amplitude modulation. You know that in the amplitude modulation there is only frequency is get changes, but in the amplitude modulation there is only change in amplitude, but frequency and the phase is remains constant. So for question number 22, the correct option is only the amplitude is changes, but frequency is remains constant. That is question number, or the correct option is option number A. Next one, question number 23. In question number 23, the modulation factors determine. There are four options: the strength of transmitted signal, quality of transmitted signal, third one both strength and quality of the signal. So this modulation factor determines both, that is strength and quality of the signal. So for this question number 23, correct option is option number C. Next one, that is question number 24, degree of modulation. Degree of modulation. So obviously it does not exceed the 100%. It should be less than 100%. So correct option is option number B, should be less than 100%. Next one, question number 25. The amplitude modulation wave is equivalent to the summation of amplitude modulation. It is the equivalent to the summation of three sinusoidal waves, means along x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. So correct option for the question number 25 is option number B, three sinusoidal waves. Why? Because in the amplitude modulation, the amplitude of the carrier wave get changes depending upon the information signal. So correct option for the question number 25 is option number B. So in this way, you can solve or you can practice the remaining questions on the communication.